If you've been working on yourself to try to feel more positive, have more gratitude, maybe work through some of your emotional challenges or even trauma, and you feel like you're stuck or plateauing or it's just not quite going anywhere, it's really easy to blame yourself for this. But I do want to ask an important question. Have you been given overly simplistic advice that doesn't give you any real practical how-to and clear steps on what to truly do on a day-to-day level, and to overcome some of the common resistances and challenges that might arise? If you have not been given really clear steps and some framework and understanding, then what you are told, like just be kind to yourself or just love yourself more, or you got to get up and feel inspired, these are just meaningless platitudes, right? The reason it's easy to get away with sort of statements like that is because when it comes to your emotional world, it's kind of invisible, it can be kind of abstract, and if you say feel more gratitude or find something to feel grateful for, it's easier for the implication to be that you should be able to just do that, right? How hard can it be to just feel a feeling? Well, there could be a lot more to it. Now, with something physical, for example, playing basketball, it's a lot more obvious. It's clear how ridiculous it is if I give you a basketball, and I say, well, just put the ball in the basket. That's how you play. That's the goal. So, just do that, right? It's not that easy. It's that simple in its like most reduced form. But how do you do it? What's the form? There's a form to it. There's all sorts of factors, including the fact that if you're playing real basketball, there's going to be other people trying to stop you. Now, in your emotional inner world, there actually can be things saying, I don't think it's safe to feel gratitude. Oh, this is a nonsense exercise. Whatever it might be, you might need actual steps to work through that. Those steps might range all the way from just little sort of tips and mechanical how-tos to something that works through emotions in a little more personal or in-depth way, all the way to needing, real psychotherapy, right? You could be anywhere on that spectrum, and it's totally fine wherever you are. But the most important thing is to not be looking at these sort of emotional processes as these incredibly simplistic things that a self-help influencer just posting the quote saying, just be kind to yourself, just believe in yourself. That's not going to do it for the vast majority of people. But again, because of the context, it can feel as though you should be able to do it, and now you're just doing it wrong. So that's a really, really important piece I just want to lay out in front of you. And I want you to sincerely ask yourself that question. These things I'm trying to do, emotionally, feeling better, having more gratitude, working through stuff, do I have a real practical framework and tools and an understanding that give me what I need to also respect the fact that this can be challenging? This is a process. It's something I have to practice. There could be things that are unique to me that might require different levels of care or training or whatever it might be in order to get through the next level. So ask yourself that question and examine that so you can have more kindness with yourself and realize you might be asking yourself to do something that's not nearly as simplistic as how it's been delivered to you. Now, as far as my own approach with this stuff, I have some videos on my channel called The Fundamentals. I have lots of processes with different techniques you can try, and I have a free ebook in the description called You're Not a Repair Project, which sort of outlines some of my approach to how you actually can explore working with your thoughts, feelings, and emotions with things you have to actually do and work through, but shift your perspective on, right? The ebook doesn't just say, feel more gratitude, get up and find your why and your inspiration, and you're good to go. Because that's not it. If that was it, we'd all have been done with all of our emotional work, decades ago. So I just wanted to lay that out for you and hope that gives you some space and clarity and lets you ask an important question that might help you in your whole process here. So hope it helps. I will see you on the next video. Thanks.